Welcome back to TechRadar. I'm Senior Computing Editor Matt Hansen.
And I am TechRadar's video producer, Matt Phillips. And once again, thank you so much for all the support on these videos we've been having, guys. We're here today to talk about the top 5 laptops according to TechRadar, and we got that idea from you guys in the comments. So if you want to leave a comment on this video letting us know which one you want to see us do next, maybe you want to see top 5 phone cameras or something like that, let me know in the comments, because I'm in there, I'm listening, and we will do videos based on what you guys say. Please do, if you find this video useful at all, like, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook, and you'll never miss a future video. We're talking about the best gaming laptops today, but it's worth mentioning that the list on techradar.com is going to be much, much longer. So if we don't mention something today that kind of suits your needs, head to that list. The link will be on the YouTube description. In the YouTube description as well, we'll have links to full reviews of each of the laptops we talk about and buying links. So those links will help find you the best deal you can currently get on that device in your location. They update automatically. It's very clever indeed. But something to be aware of is those are affiliate commission links, so we may earn a little bit of kickback at TechRadar if you do buy through those links. But we at TechRadar are supported by you, our audience, and we appreciate you very, very much indeed. With the rigmarole out of the way, Matt, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, cheers. How are you?
Very good indeed. Something that's worth mentioning before we get onto gaming laptops, guys, is that Matt Hansen today is shooting this on his new iMac Pro. Is that correct, Matt?
Yeah. No, not Pro. It's the iMac 2020.
Apologies.
But yeah, so basically I'm reviewing that at the moment, and one of the things that Apple was keen to highlight when they announced the new iMac 27-inch was an improved 1080p HD FaceTime camera and studio quality built-in microphones. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to put them to the test and see how good they look and sound.
Absolutely. So, yeah, like you say, a little peek behind the curtain of TechRadar's review process there. But let us know in the comments, guys, what you think of the way Matt looks and sounds today.
No, don't tell me how I look.
Hey, if they're commenting on that, they're not commenting on my sunburn, which is better for me. All right, Matt? So there we go. So let's kick into it then. Best gaming laptops, according to TechRadar, you can buy right now. Coming in at number 5, the Dell G5 15 SE. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, this one made it into our list at number 5 because usually you can spend a lot of money on a gaming laptop, and not everyone has a lot of money, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to buy a gaming laptop. And Dell have a very premium brand of gaming peripherals and gaming laptops in Alienware, but Dell also does its G series gaming laptops, which are more affordable gaming laptops. And what I like about them is that they've managed to strike a good balance, which can be tricky with a gaming laptop, of having enough power and offering enough performance to play the latest games at high settings, whilst being affordable. Sometimes it's too easy to cut corners, and then you're getting a subpar experience. And one of the things when buying a gaming laptop, if you're looking for a budget gaming laptop, is if you go too cheap and you go to a company which cuts too many corners, you'll find you might end up with a gaming laptop that doesn't do what you want it to do. It won't be able to play the games you wanted to play well, or it suddenly starts struggling with games in the next year or so, and you end up having to buy a new one to replace it. So you actually then end up almost paying more than if you put a little bit, paid a little bit more. So whilst the G5 15 SE certainly isn't a cheap laptop, as for a gaming laptop, it's around the £1,000, $1,000 mark, depending on configuration. It just offers a really good mix of price and performance. So it comes with the AMD Ryzen 4000 series mobile processors, which we're big fans of in gaming laptops. They offer great performance, and they're not as power hungry as previous mobile processors have been. So for gaming laptops, so you're actually getting pretty good battery life out of them. It's got a Radeon RX 56000M graphics card. You can configure it up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. You've got the ability to get a 1080p screen with 144 hertz refresh rate, so it's very fast, very responsive, and storage up to 1 terabyte SSD. So like with many of Dell's laptops, you can configure this to suit your needs and your budget pretty well. So it's just a great mix really of price and performance, and that's why it's number 5.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned it in there, Dell make their own laptops. They also make the Alienware laptops, which is kind of their premium gaming line. And that brings us nicely onto our number 4 pick, the Alienware Area-51m. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this one, Matt, and why it deserves to be in that number 4 spot?
Yeah, so Alienware are pretty well known in the gaming laptop sort of market because they produce really interesting looking devices. Sometimes the design can be a bit divisive, but actually they refreshed their look a few years ago, and I really like them now. I think they look really, really interesting, really smart. They've got the RGB lighting and all that sort of stuff, but they're one of the best looking gaming laptops out there now. And so the Area-51m is just like their high-end, most powerful gaming laptop really. So it's packed with cutting edge components really, so you can get up to a Core i9 processor, you can get up to a RTX 2080 graphics card from Nvidia, which is one of the most powerful graphics cards you can get in a laptop at the moment, up to 64 gigabyte of RAM. You can get, it's a 17.3 inch 1080p screen, so it's a big immersive screen, and you can get that with Nvidia G-Sync technology, so there's no tearing, it's very fast and responsive. And you can even get 2 terabyte SSD, 2 of them in a RAID 0 configuration. So this is, fully spec'd out. This is just an incredibly powerful laptop. But as I said with the laptop before, this is a Dell laptop, so it's actually quite configurable. So you can get a sort of like you tweak a few things so that it's a bit more affordable. You can get an RTX 2060, which is sort of like the affordable version of Nvidia's RTX GPUs for laptops, and it's never going to be a cheap or a budget device. Alienware just doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But, if you've got the budget and you want a really powerful gaming laptop, which will last you for years and years to come, and will play the latest games without any issue, this is the one to get.
Absolutely. And I'm a gamer myself, Matt, but primarily on consoles, right? I don't like to mess around too much with PC, sorry. I know that my PlayStation games are going to work on my PlayStation 4, and I haven't got to worry about it. All the configuration and components and stuff, that kind of scares me, right? And I might put somebody like me off buying a gaming laptop like this because I don't know what to prioritize over anything else. So if I had the budget maybe to go in at the low end of this Alienware, what is the one thing that you think I should stretch for? The one kind of improvement you think I should make?
When it comes to gaming laptops, then if you've got a bit of money to invest somewhere, then it should always be the graphics card, really.
Okay.
And whilst the RTX 2060, which is at the lowest end of this model, is a very good card, and for a 1080p screen is absolutely fine. If you want something that's going to last the entire generation of the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, 5 years possibly, and still play the latest games that come out of really good quality, I would invest as much as you can then in the graphics card. So that would mean paying a bit more and maybe getting the RTX 2070 or the RTX 2080 ideally, and you will not have an issue playing games for a long time with that. So
obviously Alienware is sort of the premium Dell line of laptops, but our number 3 pick brings the price down again quite a bit. So for more of those budget conscious people, this one might be one to look at. It's the Asus TUF A15 gaming laptop. So Matt, tell us a little bit about this one. Why it deserves to be in at the number 3 slot?
Yeah, this is a personal favourite of mine. I really like this laptop. Once again, like Dell do, Asus have a great range of gaming laptops, and do some very expensive, very high-end premium gaming laptops, and then they also do some more affordable ones like the Asus TUF A15. And what we like about it, and what I like about it personally, is that again it does a really good balance of providing some really good cutting-edge components, which offers really good performance in new games, whilst also being affordable. So that means that it comes with AMD Ryzen 4000 series CPUs, again, mobile CPUs, which, as I've said before, just do really well in our gaming tests. and without draining the battery, so you get a decent battery life, which is really strange in a gaming laptop. There used to be anyway. So you can get an Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti up to an RTX 2060 GPU. The Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti is probably the closest Nvidia comes to making a budget mobile graphics card. So it still offers really good performance at 1080p. However, it doesn't offer more advanced graphical effects like ray tracing, which you would find with the RTX range of graphics cards. But that's not what people always want. Sometimes you just want a very good graphics card that performs well, and that actually, you might not get ray tracing, you might not be able to play Metro Exodus at ultra settings, but with a bit of tweaking you can play any modern game on this, and it's just affordable. And because you can configure the screen to have 144 Hz refresh rate, that means you get very fast, very responsive gameplay. That's great for sort of competitive esports players and people who like to play multiplayer games where it's not about the graphical bells and whistles, it's about being really fast, really responsive, so that you can get the competitive edge over other players. So this makes it a wonderful esports laptop. Especially because, as the name suggests, this is TUF, even though they spell it TUF. I think what they're getting at there is that this is a tough laptop, so it's got military grade design, it can be dropped. Maybe you don't want to drop it from a desk, or chuck it around deliberately, but knocks and bumps, it should be able to withstand those a bit better than some of these very delicate, very expensive premium laptops, and just means it's great for being able to be, you can sling it in a backpack, sling it in a rucksack, take it around with you, take it to friends' houses, to LAN parties and stuff, and not have to worry about it breaking in your bag.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head, right? The unique selling point of this laptop is that it is tough, right? It is that you can travel with it, not have to worry about it putting in your hand luggage, those sorts of things, but gives you that gaming experience on the go. And it might not be the highest fidelity thing in the world, but it's going to see you through the majority of games and keep you gaming on the move. So then that brings us on to our number 2 pick, and a brand that I think a lot of people will be less familiar with. I certainly am, right? The Gigabyte Aorus. What is it? It's the
Gigabyte Aorus 17X. I'm not great at pronouncing things either, so this is
the Gigabyte Aorus 17X. We'll do that. There we go. So here it is. Tell us a little bit about this one, Matt. And like you say, Gigabyte, a brand I think a lot of people less know about. So tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah. So I think that this was something that myself and the rest of the computing team on TechRadar noticed recently, was that we've started putting a lot of Gigabyte laptops in this best gaming laptops list, and that took us by surprise. We're like, oh, all of a sudden Gigabyte are really knocking it out of the park with their recent gaming laptops. So they're a Taiwanese brand that, like you say, might not be as big as Asus and Acer, other Taiwanese brands, but they've been making some excellent gaming laptops, and this is their highest end one, I believe. So this is the one where they've really pushed the boat out, packed it full of very powerful components. So you get 10th generation Intel core processors up to a Core i9. You can get up to an RTX 2080 Super graphics card, which is the most powerful graphics card you can get, I believe, in a gaming laptop at the moment. You can get up to 64 gigabyte RAM. You can get up, you can get a 1 terabyte SSD or 2 terabyte hard drive. I'd probably go for the 1 terabyte SSD personally. The screen is 17.3 inches, 1080p, but it's got a really fast 240 Hz refresh rate. So this is a very fast, responsive monitor in the laptop. That 17.3 inch screen size also means it's a big bulky device, but it's really immersive as well. And sometimes when you're gaming, you just want a big screen, you just want to get blown away by the graphics, and this is just a fantastic machine. It is expensive, but it's not as expensive as some of its rivals that offer a similar level of power. So this is a really good device for, like, if you just want power. It's not quite as stylish as like your Asus's or your Alienwares, but it's not bad looking, to be honest. It is big and bulky. If you get the model with the RTX 2080, you actually need 2 power adapters. That means it's not the most portable of devices, because these are big power adapters as well. but it's, you know, it's also a bit of a kind of like statement of intent. This is an incredibly powerful gaming device, and this will last you for years and years and years, definitely.
Yeah, and you know, you've nailed it there. I think again, you know, it's one of those laptops. It's huge, right? It's on the much bigger side of laptops, and those 2 power cords. You are sacrificing portability, right, to kind of have that power in a slightly cheaper machine and like a less well-known brand. But hopefully, you know, if you're kind of in the market for a high-end gaming laptop like that, you know what you're getting with this sort of device, right? It's not the most portable thing in the world, but that's okay to you because it has all these other.
What you're doing is you're getting sort of pretty much desktop PC level performance, and even though it's still difficult to carry around, it's much easier to carry around than a desktop PC. It's also got, and I forgot to say this, it's got a mechanical keyboard built in, and that's a lovely touch. And you know, I'm a big fan of mechanical keyboards, and so to have one in a laptop, it does make the thing bigger. But you know, if you're looking at getting a gaming desktop PC, you don't really care that much about upgrading. And you wouldn't mind moving it around, you know, to friends' houses or put it down in the living room sometimes. This is a great choice, really. But yeah, don't pick it up thinking, oh, this is going to be something I'm going to carry around with me, work on my lap and stuff like that, because this is a big boy.
Yeah, and you know, from that sort of aspect to the TUF beforehand, right, which was very portable. I guess our number 1 pick is maybe the middle ground, right, the best of both worlds, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. So tell us a little bit about this one, Matt.
Yeah, so the Asus ROG Zephyrus is that lineup is like the premium, really sleek, very nicely designed gaming laptops from Asus, which also pack a lot of power. And when people think of gaming laptops, they'll probably often think of the Gigabyte we just talked about, in that it's just big, bulky laptops which are a pain to carry around. And what Asus did with their Zephyrus lineup is go, actually, gaming laptops can be really thin and light as well, whilst also still providing enough power to play the latest games. And some of them, you know, are thousands and thousands of pounds and dollars, very expensive. But the Zephyrus G14 is actually one of the more affordable models of the Zephyrus lineup. And we just think like you say, it just combines so much of what we're looking for in of the best gaming laptops, really. So portability, power, design, and affordability. It's expensive, but it's not the most expensive gaming laptop on this list or on the market. So you're getting again the AMD Ryzen 4000 series mobile processors, which have cropped up in a lot of our best gaming laptops recently. AMD have done a great job of that. Nvidia GeForce RTX 2060 GPU, which again is very popular. It's the more affordable RTX GPU, as I said, but it still performs really well in modern games. You can get up to 32GB RAM. It's got a 14-inch 1080p screen with 120Hz refresh rate. You can actually also configure it to have a higher higher resolution, 1440p, which is actually the resolution I really like playing at. But you do sacrifice refresh rates, so that only goes up to 60Hz, which is 60 frames per second. So for most people, especially console gamers, that's not going to be too much of a issue. But you do sacrifice a little bit there. But it's just a beautifully designed gaming laptop. The back of it actually has LEDs which can be configured to display graphics, and it can be like an equalizer with music and other sort of statuses. And I believe we both went to see it earlier in the year, when Asus kind of were showing off a load of their gaming laptops, and so we actually saw this one in the flesh as well recently. Yeah,
absolutely, and you're absolutely right. It does kind of have that statement piece of the back being customizable, but it's a relatively portable laptop. It is something you could imagine throwing into a backpack, and while you should definitely look after your laptop, you can imagine taking it around quite easily when you compare it to something like the Gigabyte. So that's it. That's our top 5 list, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Just before I let you go, Matt, it's worth touching on, I think, obviously, Amazon Prime Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they're all around the corner. So where should we be looking at? What brands should we be looking at for good deals on those sales days?
I would definitely say always keep an eye out for what Dell are doing. because they'll often have very good sales in Black Friday, and in the run up to Black Friday they usually start beginning of November for their early bird deals, and you can get some really good deals from Dell. Often not just for their G series, but they'll do deals on Alienware as well. So if you're looking for more expensive ones, seeing them drop in price, because sometimes what you find is that the more expensive the laptop, the bigger the price cut sometimes.
Sure.
So I would definitely look out for them. Asus often do really good ones as well. Acer and MSI, they'll often see price cuts in their gaming laptops around that time, and keep an eye on what Gigabyte are doing, because I'm really impressed with them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's worth mentioning as well, guys, keep an eye on TechRadar.com, because on those sort of sale days, we work really hard on TechRadar.com to let you know all about the best deals coming up, and the best deals as they're happening. Matt and the team will be updating those articles live to show you the best deals that are going on. So well worth keeping an eye on TechRadar.com for that. But all that's left to say is thanks for joining me, Matt. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. No, it's good to chat gaming laptops with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And last thing to say to you lot is please do like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and remember to head over to techradar.com for all the latest tech news and reviews.